Now, Kristen Lucas Smith is the owner of La Casa Bilingual Preschool Online, and she is amazing, okay? She's been married for 15 years. She is a pastor and a college professor. She's been a missionary to Mexico, Honduras, and Spain, and even New York. She has a bachelor degree in Spanish literature and a master's in organizational Christian leadership. So everybody, did we hear a degree in early childhood education? We did not. You can still teach preschool without that degree, okay? I had a degree in English, so I hope everybody's ears are perking up and saying, you don't have to have a degree to teach preschool, okay? All right. She taught college courses online for 8 years. So do we have to be a preschool teacher like in the classroom? No, most of our people aren't. And yet look at these amazing preschool owners and teachers. Now, here's the exciting part. She joined Preschool All-Stars about 1.5 years ago with the designs to start a local preschool. She was getting all of her things working together. She got Preschool in a Box, and she was working toward this effort. And then, of course, we all know COVID happened in March. But for her, it was something that was able to change her plans from local and shift to online. And she loves teaching online. So she started her preschool right away in March of 2020. And she's been teaching almost 1 year now. She also has the hub. She has everything with us. She holds the pre-recorded teaching time classes and then the live Preschool Pals classes. And then here's her class structure. So she teaches, let's see, it looks like basically here's 4 different choices. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give 3 options basically. So ready for this? So you can choose either in her class, either a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday class, okay, for $97. So it's like 30-minute live class for those, right? And she'll give the specifics, but anyways, Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday is $97. You can choose 3 days for $167, or you can choose 4 days for $197, okay? She has already enrolled 45 students over this last year. And she even has students in Ecuador and Puerto Rico is how she says it. So did I say it right? She always says it's so fun. Now, but most importantly, guess who is also in her preschool class? Her little son, Josh. I absolutely love Josh. I've spoken to him many times on the little Zoom, and he just turned 3. And so he just joined her class. She's going to teach us how to do live online preschool classes using Zoom. So everyone, please give a warm welcome to our good friend, Kristen Lucas Smith. There we go. Go ahead and unmute. Let's see. There we got it. Go ahead.
Right. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Welcome to my La Casa Bilingual Preschool Online. I'm so excited to meet all of you guys. How you guys doing? Give me some reactions, because this is why we do it. We do energy in here. This is what we do. Show me in your reactions. I get my kids, I already have them trained in Zoom to go to the reaction button and give me a heart, give me a laugh. Give me a celebration. That's it. That's it. Very good. Very good. Yes. And so I just want to thank you, Joy. Thank you for this opportunity. Isn't she amazing, you guys? Let's give a clap. Let's just give a hand clap, a reaction to her. Yes. She is amazing because she already did all the heavy lifting for you. And now all you have to do is just walk in that promise, right? Walk in the thing that you are supposed to be doing. What is the passion that's inside of you, right? Because with preschool, these 3 to 5-year-olds, they need you. And you're here for a reason, right? So we just thank you so much for taking the time out, you guys, to just get the wisdom, get the understanding, get the experience from these experts. I love what Denise was saying. I was writing notes. I was like, oh, yes, that's good. I love what she has done. She's done an amazing job to build the platform that she's at right now. And I'm just glad to be a part of the team, the Preschool All-Stars. We really are our all-stars, right? And like she said, I am Kristen Lucas Smith, and I am just so humbled, you guys, because like she said, I don't have the background. I don't even have a credential, you guys. Like I've been teaching for the last 20 years, and I don't have a teaching credential. I don't have CDC or, child development or AA and anything in regards to kids. But what I do have is the heart and the passion. And that was one of the things that Joy mentioned when she said, just turn off the video right now if you don't like kids. Okay. I remember that. Okay, when I first saw your video, Joy. And let me tell you, that's the key and the secret to be able to do this preschool business. And that's what really captivated my heart, because of the fact that I just love kids. And I just love being a kid. All right. I'm 41 years old, but I feel like every day I get to have fun and like get on the floor and play with my kids online. So I have this little joke with my husband where I told him, I said, I want to be the next Dora the Explorer. Like, I want to be able to, come into someone's room in their laptop or on their TV and basically give them an experience that they've never had before, right? And so that's exactly what you want to do. You want to start to brand yourself, right? Brand who you are. Not everybody is going to be the same, but when they come into your classroom, your virtual classroom, what they're looking for is to be able to connect. So I want to go ahead and just kind of go over an overview of what we're going to be talking about in this next hour. Because as you guys know, I am a college professor. So with that, I'm gonna come with some structure. Okay, we're gonna go with structure. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is how to connect with kids miles away. As you guys know, I have an international preschool business right now. That didn't just happen overnight. That happened with being able to connect with people that were just right there looking for a chance to connect. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about teaching through play online. Like I told you, I'm a big kid. Like, I honestly just want to have fun. Like, don't you guys just want to have fun? Like, that's the best thing to do. No matter what your age is, we're going to focus on what does that even look like online. We're going to talk about strategic scheduling in live classes, right? We heard some amazing ways of doing pre-recorded, and you can expound upon that as Denise did. But with live classes, there's a strategic way that I was able to have the same students and have other students popping into my classes all throughout the week. So I'm not reinventing the wheel or having 5 classes a day teaching, right? We're also going to talk about high energy and high fives. Everybody give a virtual high five. Ready? Here we go. High five, high five, high five. There we go. I'll tell you a little bit about my secret with high energy and high fives. And then the last thing we're going to talk a little bit about is writer's workshop that I've created that goes along with show and tell and scavenger hunts. And that's one of the things that I truly, truly love of engagement in making sure I do my assessment during those times. It's very crucial, right? It's great that we're able to teach, but are our kids really learning? Especially with online, you only see like one dimensional. You don't see the other side of what it is that they're actually retaining in the information that we're learning. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive into the first one, and that is how to connect with kids miles away. So just a little brief background. I live in Stockton, California, Northern California. And when I wanted to start this preschool, I literally thought it was just going to be in my neighborhood, starting my local preschool. I had no idea that I would be able to go down south. I'm just taking you with me geographically. Let's go. La Casa Bilingual is down in Riverside. Okay. It's down in San Diego right now. We're in Texas. We're in North Carolina, Florida, New York, Maryland, Puerto Rico. Right, Joy? You said it. Puerto Rico and Ecuador. We're in Ecuador, and we're in Illinois, Michigan, North Carolina. So as you guys are looking
Hey everyone, no worries. She will be coming back on in just a sec, I'm sure. Probably had the exact same problem that I did. So whenever you jump back on, Kristen, just let me know in chat mode and we'll get you back on. So anyways, are we loving this, Kate? The comments alone tell me that you are grabbing the energy, right? Like you're feeling her energy and what she's putting down, right? So yes, did you all just feel like the energy just pick up back in the room and stuff? Let's see. Okay, yes, loving it. That's awesome. So I'm just trying to watch the comments, make sure I don't miss one from her. But yeah, so with live class, right? I mean, we see the kids on the other side of the screen because we can see their faces, just like I can see you right now. So for instance, everybody stand up right now. Stand up, let's go. I can see you. And you know what I can do right now? Oh, she's here. Fine. I was going to put them all through an exercise, but good job for those who stood up. All right, Kristen, I'm going to bring you on back again. Let me see if I can find you again. Let's see where we at. Should be an easier way to do this. I love how she has a beautiful, colorful background. There we go. Easy to find her on here. Do you notice the background, everybody? All right, take it away. Here you go.
All right, can you hear me? So sorry about that, you guys.
You're just fine. Go for it.
All right. I want to do your exercise, Joy. Seriously, can we just take a break? Because that's what it's all about, being fluid, being organic as you are moving in online.
Yes.
So what this doing is now shifting your guys' mode to becoming a mover when you're online. So Joy, go take it away. Let's do it. Everybody get up. Come on.
Let's go. Everybody up. I'm not an online preschool teacher, but here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Ready? Head, shoulders. I'm not a dancer. Moving back to you.
All right.
Saying it instead of singing it. And then I was like, nope, I messed that one up. We're back to you.
All right, awesome. I'll give you guys a little tip on there. We said head, she's in. Everybody point to your cabeza, pa cabeza, right here. Good. Your hombros. Muy bien. Good job. All right. Cabeza, hombros. Where's cabeza? ¿Dónde está tu cabeza? Point to your cabeza. Good job. Good job. All right. So that's an example of how you do it. You see, you're getting everybody engaged and you're being very quick. Okay. So great. Awesome. Thanks, Joy. All right. So now, as we're talking about kids mile away, I was telling you guys the different areas of where I'm at, right? So geographically, they're literally miles away, but I want them to feel that they're right here in the room with me. Yes, that's the goal, right? And then I'm right there in the room with them. So the way that we do that is I connect on a weekly basis. I connect with them through their weather. It's a little secret I do. And through their weather is going to be different in every single region, right? So we talk about that. We talk about the weather. We talk about it in Spanish. We're talking about it in English. And they feel like I'm important because we're talking about my weather, right? It's not about the sunny California weather. It may be snowing in New York. But what we're doing is we're making that connection. And that's a great way to be able to make sure that your kids know that where they're at is somewhere important, right? The other thing that I do is I connect with my parents on a monthly basis. Now, I have about 25 parents that are in my Zoom classes total, okay? So with that group, I have actually created an environment where they know they can text me, they can call me. We have our private Facebook page, and I actually keep those momentums going through those modalities. So with my monthly check-in that I do, the way that I format my parent part is you have to get to the parent first, okay? Win that parent, and then win the child. Sometimes we think, oh, I gotta get the child excited. No, no, no. The secret is get that parent excited about your program. Then the parent's fire will go straight to that child like, oh no, you're going to preschool. That's what's gonna happen today, okay? Because Senora wants to see you. So I just want you to know it's all about building relationships, letting that parent know that there is a moment that you're taking out of your day to say, hey, you know what? I saw Susie this past week and she didn't look herself. Is everything okay, right? Taking that moment, jotting that down as you're in your class, your live Zoom class. You literally have these live little kiddos looking straight at you, right? And you're making a connection with them. And so as you're doing that, you're doing an assessment. I have some students that are on different levels, reading levels, right? Cognitive levels, them being able to retain information. And so what we do is I make sure that we connect on a monthly basis and we go over that. I give them the highlights, I give them strategies of how to incorporate what I'm teaching them in the class inside of the home, and then we celebrate that together. I love hearing their stories where they're like, did you know what Susie said? She said, arriba. She said, like up. Like, this is amazing to see the connection of what they're learning in the class, also in the home as well. So those are some helpful tips that I think that really go a long way, because you want them to know that you actually care. Denise mentioned that, you know, as you are teaching, they want to know that you are paying attention to them, right? And so as you're celebrating them, make sure that you take that extra step because you are online. Sometimes you become like a superstar to them because you're like on TV. And I just have a little brief story. One of my students actually lives only 15 minutes away from me, and he had no idea. So you know what I did? I actually drove to his little virtual drive-by, I mean, not virtual, his drive-by birthday party. And I celebrated him. And he was like thinking he saw like Michael Jackson or something. Like it was like amazing to see his virtual teacher make it to his special day. And so I just want to share with you guys, just really be sensitive to the fact that you're like their superstar. When they see you, they see like somebody super special to them, and just continuing to build that. I also send them little gifts. It's just the giver in me. I got it from my mama. She loves giving gifts to kids. And so for their birthday, Denise mentioned that birthdays are super special around here. We have an alphabet puzzle with their personalized name on the bottom. And actually one of our preschool all-stars, she sells them. So I was able to, support her business, and she makes those puzzles and sends them directly to our, we call them bilingual buddies. That's what we call them. We have preschool pals, and I just changed it to bilingual buddies because we're a bilingual school. So that's what we do. And send them a t-shirt. So everybody gets a t-shirt like this in white or blue. So we start to brand our school, and they feel like they belong and they're a part. They already know I'm wearing the t-shirt, then they're wearing the t-shirt in the classroom. And then that's how you're able to start to connect with these kids, right? And so I wanted to make sure you guys knew that this can be possible, okay? I didn't know after, I thought it was just gonna be in America that I would be doing this, but to know that I was organically found through google.com. Okay, somebody put in bilingual preschool online, and boom, La Casa Bilingual Preschool came up. Okay, and so just know there are no limits, there are no boundaries when it comes to online preschool and the way that it's been created for you to succeed. It's just a matter of you showing up, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about the second thing that's really important, which is about teaching through play online. I know that Denise had some great ideas for you guys. You were soaking it all up. And as I told you, I'm a big kid and everything I think is just like downloaded by God, like the week before, I start teaching. Because literally when I was talking about actions in Spanish and English, I literally went in my backyard and we were talking about la bicicleta. We were talking about the bicycle. So what did I do? I went outside in my backyard and I was riding my bicicleta around. And then we did numbers all the way up to 10 in Spanish and English. And I was doing exercises. I was counting in Spanish and they were counting with me. We were having, physical education in the middle of our class. And so those are just small little creative ways of being able to connect with them through play. I'm also going to share with you, I'm going to have you come. This is my little, if you can see, my little playroom that I created for my baby Joshua. I just created a little area here that he can learn, and just bought him a little kitchenette little thing because his dad is he's a baker, he's a cake baker, so he's always seeing his dad make these wonderful cakes. So we saw at IKEA this little this awesome kitchen. I'm going to show you guys today. This is what I did. I actually got dressed up. Okay, this is my husband's stuff. He let me borrow it, but I put his little chef hat on. I put his little apron on here. Let me get my little apron. What do? We're talking about comida this week. We're talking about food. So we just literally went into my little kitchen and we started like making some food together. So let's go ahead and go. Okay, I just went right here. I'm gonna get that turntable that Denise was talking about because I think that's super cool. But I got this little kitchen, and not only is it a kitchen, you guys, but it's also a puppet show. How cool is this? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Now, this little kitchen, the way that you can connect through play is I want you guys to like play with me. Okay. You guys ready? Let's just be a kid just for a minute here. Okay. All right. So I'm in the kitchen. Okay. And I tell them, all right, we're going to make some pizza today. I'm so excited. How are you guys hungry? Raise your hand, levante tu mano. Yes, you're hungry? Okay, let's eat, we're gonna eat. Now I have an awesome pizza here, right here. This pizza is made specially for us, but it's not cooked yet. Oh my goodness. Stop right there. Do you guys see my eyes? How excited I am? I'm just opening up my eyes and they're excited too. They're like, what else is she gonna say? Then what I say, this pizza is shaped a special way. What is it? It's shaped like a what? And then they say, a circle, right? Yes, good, Deanna. That's right. And then you see how I just did that? I start to see who's engaged, right? And then I say, okay, it's shaped like a circle. Let's look at the pan. What's the shape? And then I go on, right? And talk about the shape. Then the last thing I talk about is, what shape is this? Our pizza is what? It's a triangle. Yes, we do a triangle and we also do a triángulo. Remember, the secret is in Spanish, we just add an O. I see you. Yes, I do. I see you because we just add an O at the end of our shape. Triángulo. Repite. Repite. Repeat. Say triángulo. Muy bien. Good job, you guys. All right. So this is a triángulo, but can you tell me the colores? What are the colors? And then we just go through all the colors together. And then I say, it's not ready yet. We've got to cook it. Now, put it in the oven. Ponte aquí abajo. Let's put it in the oven right here below. But we have to count. You ready? We're going to count to 5 because it's count 5 times to get it ready. And here we go. Let's count in Spanish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see all these hands going up and they're just having such a great time. Then I take it out and then what do? I make it alive to them. Who wants pizza? You want pizza? And they're like thinking this is for real, okay? And I say, here you go. All right, Nancy, you want some pizza? Si quieres? Okay, here you go. You have to pretend like you're eating. Right? And you're engaging, and you give all of the kids the pizza. And then that's what we call making it interactive play online. Wasn't that fun? So exciting, I know. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go back to the school board here. And that's just a little brief example of what it looks like to actually like get engaged and have fun and play, right? Okay, let me take this off because it's hot. Okay, the other thing is as we're focusing on engaging, we can also look and do like store, right? If we're talking about buying things. I had the kids do a fashion show when we talked about clothing, and they put on, for show and tell, they put on their favorite clothes, and they were just like so engaged with putting on their dresses if they're a girl, or putting on their super, hero capes if they're a boy. It all depended on what creativity they were able to do. But those are some examples that you can do. I want you to be as creative as possible. Don't limit just because you're online. Honestly, just have fun. Live is, to me, I've already done the pre-recorded. I've experienced that. And because of the season that I'm in right now, not saying that I'll never go back to pre-recorded. I think it's amazing with leveraging your time. But for me, I have so many things on my plate right now, right? And some of you guys can agree to me, if you have multiple kids, or maybe you're in school right now, or you have a full-time job that you're working, you want to be sensitive to your season right now. And I know that, Joy, she's really good about this, is she pushes you, but she doesn't push you to do something that goes against your own moral compass, right? Of like what you should be doing in your season. She's very good about saying, okay, what can you do right now, right? So for me, I'm just gonna tell you, I was super honest with myself and saying, spending time with my son is super important to me, right? Being a college professor is super important. Being a wife, being, an advisor for a Bible college, like all of that's important to me. But what I can do is do 45-minute live blocks while my son is sleeping and taking a nap, right? So think about, what is it that you can do? Carving out some time, making sure that you spend that time to prepare yourself so that when You hit that button to record, right? Because there's some kids that won't be able to make it to your class. You'll be able to have that recording for them to watch at a later time. But when you are in class, you are 100% there, right? And then you turn that camera off, and now you're back to who you are to do what you need to do with your life until you're able to have the success, right? Like Denise was saying, 350 little people that she's impacting right now. That's huge. You guys can do more. You can do 1,000. You can do 1,500. There's no limit to where you can go. But I want you to at least start with you. You be your first enrollment, right? You enroll. You be the first to be committed, right? After you, then guess what? Then they're going to start coming. Build it and they shall come, right? So yes, so I just want you to know that it comes with you having that belief within yourself. I just want to do just a little side note, Joy, because I have to just say, I don't know if you're ever going to offer this again, but I know some of you guys that are on this Zoom right now, maybe even having some personal development things that you need to go through. For myself, I was 50 pounds heavier than what I am right now. My emotional state, everything was all jacked up. I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay. But Joy created some opportunities for me to connect with some amazing women that were doing great things in regards to, emotional health and physical health that I took heed to, right? And if you want more information, I'm pretty sure she can share that with you at a later time. But I want to tell you that as we're sharing all this great wisdom, I want you to start doing some self-care as well for yourself so that you can be your best self for your kids as you are preparing, right? We all need some self-improvement. We all need that time to kind of self-reflect and see exactly how we need to maneuver in this next season. Because as you go in, there's no turning back, right? That momentum is going to keep going, Monique. All right, Eileen, you can't stop. You just got to keep going because parents are depending on you, especially in the midst of a pandemic. Okay, right now, people, they need that 45 minutes or that hour from you to be able to engage their children in what you have to offer them. So I just wanted to take that little moment, if that's okay, Joy, just to say, let's work on us. And as we are working on ourselves, we can also be the best and 100% of ourselves to our students. Okay. All right. The other thing I want to share with you guys about is strategic scheduling with live classes. Let me just get a show of hands if you can. Just put it in the in your camera under reactions. I just want to see how many of you guys are interested in the live classes. Like you're like, I think that's something I'd like to do. Go ahead and put reaction, like your hand, your thumbs up. Good, good, heart, whatever it is. Good, wonderful, wonderful, perfect. Okay, I'm talking to the right people. As you guys are focusing on your live classes, listen to this. Live classes are made up on what your terms are, okay? What Joy did is she created an outline, okay? She's used that outline for you to kind of see what an example looks like. However, you work with what works for you, okay? So I'll just say for myself, when I started the challenge, she did the 30 minutes, right, of the pre-recording and then 30 minutes of the preschool house. That was working for me in that season of the summer. Once fall started, I started to pray about it and say, okay, what's going to work for me? Because pre-recording, I felt like I was like pressured to like not make a mistake because then I would have to correct that mistake later or just change the whole video all itself. And I didn't have the editing software. I didn't have those, modalities at the time. So with the live classes, what I did is I actually condensed the class and I do 20 minutes of teaching time, okay, in the first 20 minutes. And they're all muted. They're not talking. Well, some of them might, know how to unmute a little bit, but that's okay. It's preschool. It's okay. But the first 20 minutes are teaching time. The last 25 minutes is bilingual buddies time. Yes, it's exciting. It's exciting. And they are excited to talk. Okay. So what I love about that is it gives them that engagement. It gives that assessment to me. Like, did you just learn what I just taught you? Right. So in my mind, that's what I'm thinking about. So with that, I want you to think about how much time that you have to be allotted for preschool in the season that you're in. There's Monday, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Monday through Thursday. There's 3 days a week, like Joy said, that I have done. I wanted to make sure that I had different options, but I also have only 2 times that I teach throughout my days. I teach at a 9 a.m. that works for my schedule, which also on the East Coast works because it's 12 o'clock their time, it's lunchtime, okay, for majority of my kids in the East Coast, and that works. And then I have a 3 p.m. my time where, son is taking a nap. And then that works for my Texas folks where it's 5 p.m., right? And then also it works for my East Coast where they've done the whole day. They're right about to eat dinner at 6 o'clock. And then for my West Coast, it's perfect because either they're home already from maybe a half day of, preschool or daycare, whatever that is, and they're already home by that time to engage in my class. I also have the 3-day where it's like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, depending on what the parent wants and works for their schedule. And then what that does is that gives them the idea that they're having like an actual school experience without the whole 4-day experience or a whole week for them, okay? Another thing that I wanna mention is when we're talking about strategic scheduling, all my Monday through Thursday kids are all in the same class, 9 a.m. You see, I see them for 4 days a week. And then my Monday, Wednesday students, guess what? Are in that same 9 a.m. class. Get it? They're all in there together. And then I have my Tuesday, Thursday group, and there's only like a few in each one of those, but they're all in the 9 a.m. class too. So I have my average is about, I'd say I average between 9 to 10, right? 9 to 10 per class that I'm teaching. And then when I do my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those also too are all coinciding together. All I did on my spreadsheet was I color coded it so that I knew the max for that particular class that I could handle. And for me, I can only handle up to 10, okay? No more than 10. Don't do 15, 20, okay? Because what you're doing is creating that personalization, right? You're looking in their faces. You're saying, Rosa, hey, Rosa, so good to see you. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're in Bilingual Buddies class. Hey, Bunny. Hi, hola, Bunny. Right? It's so good that they're able to hear their name, see that you acknowledge them, right? Right, Carlene and Maureen? Just to be able to see Amanda, that I see you. Hey, Joy. Wow, you made it. I missed you so much, Joy. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy you're here with me. Okay, so you see that? It's like you are overexerting. We talk about this. I've never been an actor, but they say with acting, you like go even more, right? Like you exaggerate what you're doing when you're acting. It's the same as well when you're teaching online because they feel it. They feel that energy. They feel that happiness and that joy. I even have students that are like gone for maybe 3 days because of the weekend, and they come back on Monday. They're like, I missed you, Senora. And that just like totally warms my heart. It just makes me want to cry right now because of the fact that we're building relationships, right? All right. The other thing I want to talk about is the high energy high fives. Okay, everybody, let's take a high five break. You guys ready? High five, high five, high five. Now you do high five. Guess what? Every 5 minutes. That's what you do. You do a high five, and I say, dame cinco, dame cinco. Dame cinco just means give me 5, okay? Dame cinco. And then all you're doing is transitioning, Tasha. That's all you're doing every 5 minutes. They don't have a lot of attention span at this age, okay? So you have to just go, Sarah. You just gotta go with 5 minutes, 5 at a time, 5 at a time. I have my little puppets here. I got my little puppets, little zebra and little mono right here. I get them up straight up at the screen like this, like you see, and we have our little dialogue and we say, hola, ¿cómo estás? And then we just have our little talk. And after 5 minutes, then we're on to the next thing, right? And I'm saying, ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? Es la hora del círculo. It's circle time. So you see how it's like, wait, I just have to get their attention to go to the next thing, right? And then the other thing to captivate their attention is I created these little signs. All it is just a little print paper and a little construction paper, you guys. That's the secret. Okay. And then ojos is our regla, it's our rule. So ojos means eyes. And so every time I'm meeting with my students, I say, ¿Dónde está tus ojos? Where are your ojos? And they're all pointing. Let's do it together. Good, Monique. Who else has their ojos? Let me see. Let me see. Yes, Heather. I see your ojos. Muy bien, muy bien. So you're always pointing to what do you want them to do, right? Because they don't know. Okay. So you tell them, I need to see your ojos. And then you tell them why you need to see their ojos. Hey, you know what? I need to see your ojos. Because if I don't see you, then I think that you're not paying attention. Senora doesn't know if you're even there, right? So you just kind of play around with it. And then you make sure that your days of the week are nice and big. They can see it, the whole screen. And then I always have a little phrase that we do. So this one for this week is me gusta, me gusta. Like, it means I like. And if we like something, all we do is plug the thing in that we like, and we have such a great time. And if we don't like something, we just say no in front of it. So let's say it together. No me gusta. No me gusta, right? Awesome. Okay, so as we're working on that, we're starting to see that they're engaged. They understand what they need to do, and it becomes a habit. I had one student that was like, Senora, Senora. I was like, yes, can I help you? They said, you forgot to do story time. And I honestly, I did. I just missed it. So, but she had already knew the routine. She knew what was coming next. And you want to create that 5 minutes at a time. Keep going 5 minutes at a time. I also have some of my songs as they're working on different things and activities where I try to keep it under 5 minutes. So it's like right at 5 minutes as they're working so that they're not getting bored, right? Another thing I want to mention is when we're doing our show and tell, we're starting to see that they kind of check out if they're not the one that's talking, right? So we have them working on their worksheets, right? So this is the one we're working on right now is 14. So guess what the other students are doing? They're coloring while the other students are talking, okay? And that's okay. At this age, online, I want you to be fluid. I want you to understand that kids need to be busy, right? They need to be working on something and engaged in something along the way, okay? The other thing I want to share with you guys is the last thing. I hope you guys are getting a lot of information. Come on, let me see in those reactions. Let me see. Are you getting lots of stuff? Woo, woo. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, as you guys are working on the engagement part of your preschool pals, okay? And you're doing those assessments during that time. Joy has an amazing setup in her challenge where she gives you tips on promptings and like questions to ask, right? Your preschoolers. I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing how I didn't even have to think about it, you guys. It was already done for me. Like, what's your favorite color? You know, when's the last time you've been on a plane? I mean, like, it's just so many great questions in there that keep them engaged so that you can hear first, how are they able to speak? If they're having any speech problems, if they're able to have socialization with the other bilingual buddies that are in the class. I also have them in charge. Today I had one of my bilingual buddies. She was in charge of choosing the next person to go next because she's one of my ones that's like always wanting to do something, right? And so I gave her a task to look at the next quiet hand that was raising their hand, and then she called on them. So you're always, even though we're online, this is still a classroom, and you create that so that they can start to get ready for kindergarten, right? The other thing is show and tell. Show and tell is the most funnest part that I love because then they are actually showing their work, whether it be an artwork, an art craft or something that we're working on, and then they have to explain it all in Spanish. That's the rule. And so it's really pushing them to be able to speak that target language within our course. And if they mess up, they're okay with it. Like, I just correct them. And that's a teaching tool, an assessment tool as well that I've been using. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys is about our scavenger hunts. Denise, I know mentioned this before, and I want to let you guys know that when you're doing a scavenger hunt, use it as a teachable moment to show them about cleanliness. Okay. So the way you do this is you tell them, okay, I want you guys to get, say you're talking about, I don't know, colores, right? And the favorite color for the week is blue, azul. So you say, find me one thing that's blue. It could be a toy, it could be a food, it could be whatever, a stuffed animal. They're going to bring that to you. And then after they share their particular item, they have to go run and take it back where it came from. Okay. And the next person goes. So they're always moving. They're always doing something. So you create that culture of, we're not making a mess here, but in the scavenger hunt, we may find 5 or 6 things that I tell them to go find. But by the end of that class, you don't have frustrated parents saying, oh, Johnny, why do you have all these things out, in your class? Okay. So you're always keeping them moving throughout. I do music and movement. We have that time early in the beginning of the class, and that's something they really look forward to. But ultimately, I just want to say, come with your flair, right? Come with your DNA inside of each one of your classes, and really come to the place to where you have something to offer to them. Okay. I know for myself, I have a gift and I have a passion for language. I love teaching. I love teaching language. Last week, we were talking about family, you guys. Let me just show you here. We were talking about family. So you know what I did? I went on Amazon and I found these cute little family things, these family members. And you know what I did? I put them right up in the camera like this. And I said, who is this? ¿Quién es este? And they say, Papa, right? They say hermano, they say hijo, whatever that is. And then, you know what else I taught them? I also taught them a song using Spanish and sign language together. So we did familia, we did papa, we did mama, we did hermano, hermana, you see? So it's all about hands movement, keeping them engaged and letting them have a great time in the process. So that's all I have for you, Joy. I hope I was able to deliver, but it's been a pleasure just to share all of my little secrets that's been working for me. And I hope it helps you in the future as well. And I wish you guys much success as you guys endeavor on the next steps for your preschools as well. God bless you all. Go ahead, Joy, take it away.
You're awesome, girl. Is it okay if we ask a couple questions? You got a few minutes?
Of course. Yes,
Sweet.
yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here's what we're going to do, everyone. Right now, I want you to do rapid fire Q&A. So post those questions right now. I've already got some we're going to get started off with, but rapid fire Q&A, let's go. We're going to take about 6 minutes for rapid fire. So what do you do when a child comes to live class unprepared? So I don't like them feeling left out. I keep crafts really simple because of this, which is fine, but I would like us to do some really cool things. So maybe there's some materials that they didn't have for an art project or something, or, you know, like you just kind of,
you wing it. Yes. No, you definitely wing it. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a student today where we were working on writer's workshop. Obviously, they don't have their worksheet, right? So you know what we did? I said, well, I have the song playing while they're working on their activity. And so, you know what she said? Because I had told it to her before, this happened before. And I said, okay, no problem. She said, that's right, no problem, señora, because I can just dance with the music while you guys are working. So you see, you just problem solve like in the midst of it all. If they don't have the materials, I had someone that didn't have the supplies for that particular project. I had them get a piece of paper and draw me their best picture. And then that was part of their show and tell. It's all about improvising, right? It's all about thinking, what do you have? What do you have in your hand that you can share with your bilingual buddies or your preschool pals? So that's a great question.
Awesome. Is your computer on a rolling cart?
It's not, but after Denise talked about it, I am getting one. Because I was like, yes, I need to move because, yeah, I want to get around easier. But it's just on a little TV tray, you guys. And it's on, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's on Stronger Together right here. Yes, it is. Okay. So every day I'm always saying, you got this. I'm always saying that every day to myself.
So my laptop is also on my Stronger Together box. So yes. Okay.
I'm in good company.
Yes. Okay. So question about the next one. Somebody, they'd like you to go over the schedule again because you're just, and actually I didn't even know this. I thought you did too. I thought you did pre-recorded and live, but you this is the perfect compilation because Denise only does pre-recorded and you only do the live on Zoom. But how do you split that up into two parts? Go ahead, go over it again.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we're gonna just break it down a little bit more to where you have to have a cap, okay, of what you can handle. I personally can only handle 2 classes a day. That's a 9 a.m. and a 3 p.m. So what I did was I created a cap for my Monday through Thursday, which I know for sure that's probably no more than about 5 students in that group, okay? After I have those 5 students and no more can be added to that 4-day block, then I have the other 5, because remember 10 is my max. I have the other 5 that can join in throughout my week, okay? So my Monday, Wednesday class, that's another 5 that come in periodically throughout that class. And then the Tuesday, Thursday block, they pop in. Then I maybe have 1 or 2 that are the 3-day and they pop in throughout the week based on what I'm giving them. But what I do strategically with my lesson plan is I never repeat the same thing on the same days. Does that make sense? So that my 4-day feel like they're really getting the best of my lesson plan. So every single day is different. However, I'm always emphasizing. So for instance, my Wednesday and Thursday classes, I emphasize the 14. My Monday and Tuesday is the 13, you see? So it's really strategic of how my lesson plans are based on who's coming into my class, okay? Because I don't want them to say, oh, wait, I already went over that, right? No, they're not gonna be going over it or repeating. So you just give yourself a little bit of space to have those 2 days coming into your 4-day block, or your 3 days coming into that 4-day class. I want to say the Tuesday, Thursday, and the Monday, Wednesday afternoon, those can be separate classes as well, okay? I personally only have, because of my schedule right now with teaching 4 classes for the Bible college, I only have a Monday, Wednesday afternoon, 3 o'clock, that's it. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm teaching classes for the college, you see? But I could have, the Tuesday, Thursday, I can't right now. So I hope that helps to kind of break it down.
Yes, definitely. This was a good one. So when you signed up your preschool families, did you give them a free class or did they get the free week? What was your offering to them?
Yes. That 7-day free trial was life for me. I was pumping that up so much, and that the way we have our PayPal set up through that, it automatically set up the tuition payment for them to come in and pay for the whole month after that. During that 7 days, you want to be strategic with that and make sure that you reach out to the parent the day before, the night before the class starts, literally 5 minutes after the class has ended, and then after the second or third class that you have taught them, to make sure that they are committed and they're ready to go for the following week. And if there's any type of things that you want to go over with them, or they're unsure, okay? And that's how you kind of seal the deal with them. Don't just like teach the class and be like, okay, bye. No. Follow up with those parents and say, oh my gosh, how did Susie do? Did she enjoyed it? Because I so enjoyed seeing her in my class. Just really pump it up, okay, so that they stay.
That's awesome. All right, last question. Then everybody else, we're not going to be able to go through all the questions here because we do need to cut this off. We got some East Coast friends, but so stay with us. We're going to ask one more last question for Kristen, and then we'll do. Okay, so the last question: did you do an orientation for the parents before you started?
Great question. I did not. I did not.
Did you need to? Did you feel you need to, or no?
I don't feel like I need to, because we're going to go back to that first question of connection with your parents.
Good.
I spent specifically time on the phone, on FaceTime with my parents individually, answered all their questions, told them, via email, all the information that they need. And I really wanted to make sure that it was a personal connection that I was having with each parent, because I didn't want it to be feeling like they were disconnected for some reason. So I don't do orientations. I really reach out. I get their phone number on that Google form, and I reach out to them right away when they sign that form, so that I can get to know them and build that relationship.